mediocrity, it ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity, it ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity, it ain't no friend to me.
We are waging war on mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me. It is your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses, bringing you another edition of Motivational Monday. I hope you all are having a fantastic and magnificent week out there in this land. For all my replayers, please fast forward about a minute and a half as I share this out to all of my social media outlets. And then for all of you all who's joining on, man, holla at your boy and let me know who's out there today. I'm starting to see the eyes add up. Today we are streaming on YouTube, Periscope, and Facebook. Holla at your boy. I'm about to share this out to all my different groups really quickly and on my page. So if you would, please, if you're on here, I'm seeing the eyes already coming on. What's up, Vaniqua? Thank you for joining us. Hey, Courtney, thank you for joining us. If y'all want to see more eyes adding up, man, shout your boy out, man. Let me know who's out there. Do you go to people's house and not speak? Then don't drop on the live and don't shout your boy out. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Joy. Thank y'all for joining us. Thank y'all for dropping the thumbs up in the hearts. If y'all would, please share this with me to invite 2 or 3 people. Share it to somebody. Tonight, it's going to be a fireball one. We're talking about taking it. Taking it. It can be whatever you want it to be. If it was designed to be yours before the foundation of the earth, then guess what we're doing tonight? We are taking it. Make no mistakes about it. And so if y'all would, please tag in. I'm starting to see the eyes multiply a little bit now. So please tag somebody in this video. Tell them, write a name down in the box, because if we want our life, I'm going to start using this term 10X. If we want to 10X our life, it's not going to be easy. We're going to have to take that. So if y'all would, join in the conversation, be a part of this conversation. As I always say, man, like, you all make this live what it is. I know, when we're in church or when we're in live seminars, we want to participate. We want to be a part of the environment, the atmosphere, where here we set the environment. We set the atmosphere. So please share this out, if you would, to a couple of your friends and tell them to join you tonight and come get this bread breaking moment. And I'm going to share a couple more places, and then I'm going to be ready to break some bread with y'all. Thank you, Joy, for typing those names in there. Good evening, Anthony. Thank you, Joy. So ready, so excited. Let's get ready. Let's get to it. I'm trying to give these people about 30 more seconds to get on here, because you're going to definitely want to get the beginning of this, because we're about to change some lives tonight. We are about to change lives. I know we're coming on the day after Mother's Day. I know Mother's Day, we had a very emotional Bridging the Nations yesterday. I think Vanika was on BTN yesterday. It was phenomenal. If, in my opinion, one of the best ones that we've been on, where it came forth and it all just married itself. But I do know that Mother's Day for some people represents joy. For some other people, it represents a little anguish or a time of loss and reflection. And so for you all that's out there that maybe you've lost your mom or maybe you've lost a kid, man, my heart, my prayers go out to you all. And then for the ones that who celebrated Mother's Day, hey, I'm glad you still have people around in your life to be able to celebrate. I know I talked to my mom. My mom died when I was 11. And to this day, my mother still misses my grandmother. And so I know Mother's Day is bittersweet. Hey, Mom, I'm just talking about you right now. I know Mother's Day is a bittersweet. She loved that she have us in her life, but at the same time, her mom is no longer here to be able to partake in that. And you just hold on to those memories of that mother that you had, because guess what? She never dies, that she's living on the inside of us. Every story, every lesson, every quirky habit that we have that looks like them keeps them alive. So smile, man. At the end of the day, smile. You're alive today. Let's maximize the day. All right, I've given people 4 minutes to get on here. If they're not on here, that's on them, because I am about, somebody know what I'm about to do, to break bread. Tonight, I want to talk about taking it. We're going to take it and allow it to represent that whatever that thing is in your life that God gave you before the foundation of the earth, I want that to represent your it. Right now in America, there are so many distractions. Like there's so many different things that with social media, with the way that the internet is, the way television and direct TV and Sling TV and Hulu, there are so many different ways for us to be distracted today. And that most often our minds are going to and fro and never really focused on any one thing long enough to see the manifestation of that thing. And a lot of it is the days, the times that we live in, but a lot of it is learned behavior as well. That we've learned to settle in to what, hey, Beverly, thank you for joining us. That we've learned to settle in to what we believe that we're supposed to have. And we sit there and we listen to mainstream America, or we listen to friends in the same circle that we are, or we listen to family members who, honestly, is hating against you to start with. And we sit there and we'll allow them to shape our narrative of our own personal lives. And somebody else's narrative becomes the story that I tend to live out in my own life, because those are the ones I lend my members to. I lend my eyes, my ears, my hands, my emotions. I lend my members to those people. And as I begin to settle in to what they're telling, that what the conversation that we're having, listen to your boy, I'm gonna break bread. I begin to settle into that conversation where I don't believe that I should have more, or I begin to settle into that conversation that I've maximized all that I'm supposed to have right now. Or I begin to settle into that conversation where maybe my dreams are too big, or maybe I do want too much, or why can't I just, Christian folk, be humble right here and be satisfied with what I have. And as we have these conversations, we begin to negotiate with ourselves mentally whether I am outthinking myself. Am I outpacing myself? Do I want too much out of my little bitty life that I have right now? And we begin to negotiate with ourselves about where do we believe our life should go. Oh my God, I'm in somebody's house right now. I am in somebody's house right now. And we begin to talk to people that look just like me, that thinks just like me, that sees the world through the same lens that I see it. And they validate what I believe about me and my situation in this earth. What's up, Angelique? Thank you for joining us today. And we begin to believe that those things about ourselves after we've allowed for this negotiation. And see, most people don't know. I'm the motivational teacher to the masses. Most people don't know the internal negotiation that we have with ourselves. We have this internal battle about, am I the motivational teacher to the masses? Can I really get to that height one day? Or is it just me? Who said it? 50 Cent said, get rich or die trying. Or is this me mentally saying, I'm just going to get rich? I'm going to settle at just trying to not be willing to eat the fruit of the land. I'm telling you, there's an internal negotiation that goes on between all of us, whether we're willing to admit it publicly or not. I'm the motivational teacher. I'm okay to say sometimes my dreams are so big and my thoughts are so grander that sometimes I understand that right now, naturally in my flesh right now, I can't attain those. Then I have to negotiate with my body to keep going and doing the right thing, although I haven't seen the finished result of what I believe. Listen to your boy. Life is a negotiation. Man, I just broke bread for somebody right there, because somebody right out there thought that they're supposed to have it all together all their life. And I'm telling you, that is not realistic. There's always some form of negotiation going on when your goal, come on, man, when your goals are here and your reality is here. There is a level of negotiation that has to take place. Like, how am I going to get here if I'm not willing to sacrifice here? There is a level of negotiation at every phase and every step of your life. And I'm unapologetic that there's areas in my life where I feel a little tug that it might be too big. I know, I'm telling you right now, the path is not going to be perfect. Narrow is the way. It's not going to always look the way you want it to look. But tonight, oh my God, I can't wait to talk about tonight. But even inside that negotiation, when I finished looking and talking to myself in the mirror, no matter how the conversation start, no matter how the conversation end, at the end of the day, I have to take it. And man, one of my favorite scriptures in my favorite book says, and from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence. And now, Angela, now, Tina, now the violent has to take it by force. Come on, man. From John the Baptist until now, oh, something about to change. I might have suffered violence. I know I might have had an addiction in my family that I end up suffering with. I understand that there's poverty that goes on in my family. I understand up until now there has been a curse of absentee fatherhood. Up until now there's been curses in my life where we weren't able to provide. But up until now, yeah. Up until now, we suffered violence, and now it's time for the violent to take it by force. Who said faith was pretty? Boy, I just broke bread right there. Somebody told y'all that faith looked like you're running and skipping in a dandelion garden. That's not faith. I gotta break bread tonight. Hey, Tina, thank you for joining us. Faith is violent. Somebody, man, come on, man. Somebody better tweet that. Somebody put that in the box. A. Williams, faith is violent. Anytime you walk by faith, it's going to require that you give more of yourself than what you know. You have to, it suffered violent, those curses up until now. Boy, I'm breaking bread early in this thing. The lack of money, the lack of resources that's plagued my family for generations right now. Yeah, until now, we suffered violence, but now the violent take it by force. Faith is not pretty. I came to change some of y'all minds today. Hanging on a cross is not pretty. Carrying your cross daily was never meant to be pretty. It was, oh my God, I got to tell somebody theology of the day to get you where you need to be. We thought it was supposed to be easy. They told me all I had to do was A, B, C, D, and I could get it. They told me, man, they said that if I just keep on walking by faith, and they told me my hands look new and my feet did too, and I dipped in, I became out a new creature. Faith is violent. Stop telling yourself otherwise. Only the strong will make it. Why is the way narrow? Because faith is violent. It's not going to be easy. Right up until now, maybe you have suffered violence. But now it's time for a table to be prepared in the presence of your enemies. Who's my enemies? Lack, debt, unbelief, poverty, whatever that thing that you struggle with, now it's time for a table to be prepared in the presence of your enemies. What's up, Sam? Thank you for joining us, bro. Faith is violent. It requires everything in you to get to where you're supposed. Oh, I believe in God. I'm gonna blab it, grab it. It ain't good enough. It ain't good enough to blab it and grab it. You got to go through some things in order to walk in the true riches. You have to be willing to say, I am, the great I am, strength is my I am. Episode 82 of Awaken Your I Am. Take it. You have to be in a position to say, I am in control of my own life. I am in control. I know some of y'all ain't gonna like that because we believe that a big God in the sky is controlling us like puppets, and some people not gonna like what I just said, but I am in control of my own life. I no longer need permission from ongoers or bystanders for me to take control of my life. I am going to, come on, Tina. I am going to take it by force. I don't need a choir to back me up. I don't need an amen corner. I break bread. That's what I do. I understand that it has to be violent to be able to make it. Come on, man. I'm breaking bread right now. I understand that it's going to have to cost me something. When you take control of your own life, you stop asking for permission. I just broke bread right there. Today I'm talking about take it. You need no other agreement in your life besides the great I am and your awakened I am in order to come on, man, to rightfully sit in your wealthy place. You have to take it. I don't need permission to live the best life on this earth. I understand that up until now, the kingdom of heaven suffers violence, but now it's time for the violent to take it by force. I refuse to allow a boss to have control of my life. I refuse for another man or another woman to have control of my life. Those days are over. The great I am, which awakens my I am, my God that's in the heavens, that lives through me in the earth. He and I are the majority. I need no more. Come on, I need you 4 or 5 of y'all to pray and lay hands with me and believe and agree. I don't need 4 or 5. Me and the awakened and the great I am, we are the majority. I need none. Come on, man. Come on, man. You stop asking people to sign off on the life you want to lead. Stop asking other people to sign off. Do you believe I can do it? It ain't about what they believe. It's about what do you believe about you. By your words, you shall be justified. By your words, you shall be condemned. It's not by my words, or it's not by Beverly words, or it's not by Tina words or Sam words. It's by your own words. Are you justified or are you condemned? You have to take it. Stop being so lukewarm in your belief in you. Oh my God, that right there will break bread. That right there will break bread. You have to stop being lukewarm about your belief in you. And when I say in you, it's really not about you. It's about the great I am, awakening your I am to be able to live and to do the good of which he desires to do through you. Stop being so lukewarm about your life. Stop being, come on, man. Stop being so what's the word? So unsure and so self-doubting yourself when you know that there's greatness on the inside of you, because greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. Come on, Pat, you better get this bread because I'm giving it out. Greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. Why am I so afraid to matriculate through a system what God has already given me? Man, it's already over. I win. I win. I stop asking people for permission to display my greatness. I stopped asking people for permission to endorse me as the motivational teacher to the masses. Man, I'm telling y'all like I know, and I say that I'm not looking for Oprah to endorse me before I get the masses. I'm not looking to be on somebody else's stage for them to endorse me, for me to walk out what God has given me. My awakened I am will attract whatever resources are needed at that time in order for me to be successful. I'm telling y'all right now. I'm telling y'all, come on, Vanika, write your own story. You be the author of your own life. You be the author of your own story. Your life is not a petition, or your life is not an election where the majority win, or where you need thousands of signatures in order for you to become the better version of you. Come on, man. Aren't you more? Aren't you more? Aren't you more? The moment you start believing that you are more and I don't need the validation of everybody around me to believe in myself. Either you believe that the great I am, come on, Coach T, I love that, awaken your I am. Either you believe that the great I am has awakened your I am, or you don't. Or you don't. The moment you do, you stop seeking validation, expecting everyone to approve or veto your decisions. Listen, man. Listen, everybody wants to judge you for what you did wrong or for what you did right. Everybody got an opinion about what you should do with your life. And as long as you sit there and allow too many people to speak in your life, man, you will end up having an average life. I'm telling you, look how many times the country has got it wrong. The majority wins. More people voted Republican, or more people voted Democrat, or more people voted this way, or they voted that way. Look how many times we've gotten it wrong. Why? Because we're looking for the majority. I am so happy that the great I am hid my greatest gift where he knew I could find it. I am so excited and ecstatic that he hid my gifting deep down on the inside of me, so that if I come to myself and I get to know who I am through him, that piece of me can be manifested day by day, that I didn't need to go be shrink on a sofa, or I didn't need to go to the Appalachian Mountain, or I didn't need to go down to Africa to find myself, because he hid the true riches on the inside of me. Well, hey, I got to go get agreement from my manager or my boss to be the best version of me. No, I need no other agreement than the great I am with my awaken I am to be the better version of myself. Hey, honestly, I got to break bread. I don't need confirmation from my spouse to be the better version of who I'm supposed to be. That's a contract between me and my daddy about me becoming a better version of who I'm supposed to be. Because at the end of the day, a better Anthony makes a better husband. I just broke bread for some of y'all. A better Anthony makes a better father. A better Anthony makes a better boss. A better Anthony makes a better manager. A better Anthony makes a better mentor. There is no negotiation about who I need to become. Come on, man. There is no negotiation about what I need or who I need to become. All these things work together for us. Vaniqua said, I got some people chiming into this conversation. You have all the tools needed. Angela said, be courageous for the Lord. The battle is already won through Christ. Come on, say that, Angela. Knowing that being created in the image of God, the great I am will ignite all that we'll ever need. Come on, mom, speak that. Lisa, breaking bread. You know I am. And I'm only, man, am I 20 minutes in? God, dog, I felt like 17. What happened to the time, y'all? We have to take control. And when I say take control, that I know some of you all are thinking that your life has so many different moving pieces. How do I take control of all of these moving pieces in my life, motivational teacher to the masses? Like you say, I have to take it, and that I don't need permission, but I depend on so many different people on the outside to kind of prop this vision of mine up, or to prop this dream that I have of mine up. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. The motivational teacher is going to give you 3 areas that we have to control in order to take it. 3 small areas. Coach T chimed in, you told me a few months ago, if you don't like something about yourself, change it, but do it for a purpose. I struggled with the weight, but man, when I lost the weight, I found a better version of myself. Come on, dog. Come on, Coach T. You look good too, bro. You look good. I see the pictures with the weight loss. But that version of you was who you were meant to be from the foundation of the earth. It took an awakened I am, a great I am, awakening your I am, and say, boy, this is not the vision that I had for your life. Awaken your I am and go get it. But as long as we tolerate what we think we're supposed to have, and we don't go after the greater, we sit there and we will accept less than what we're supposed to have. And I'm telling you that the windows of heaven have been open to you, but you've been suffering violence. But until you're able to switch your mindset from defense to offense, you'll always be in that same, oh man, I just broke bread. Up until now, the kingdom suffered violence, meaning that we're on defense. But now it's time for us to go on offense. It's time to dominate. My homeboy would say, it's time to dominate and reign. I just broke bread. Eb, you done heard that before. I know you have. It's time to dominate and reign. The kingdom suffered violence. Now it's time. Now the violent taketh by force. I am switching my life from defense to offense. Motivational teacher. How do I go from defense? I've been taking what the world been giving me. I've been barely moving, but now I need to hit my switch, bing, and say it's time for me to go on offense. I can't keep sitting back just taking what the world is giving me. At some point, I have to, I love it, Coach T, dominate. Hey, I know some people don't like that word out there, but I'm telling you, you got to change your mindset. Either you're the lion or the gazelle. Which one are you? Either you wake up with eat, or you wake up to be eaten. I love what Coach. We have to dominate our environment. Motivational teacher to the masses. How do I do that? How do I dominate my universe? How do I go from defense to offense? Yeah, I am the lion, just like the one from the tribe of Judah. You better let somebody know that I run this domain. It doesn't matter what it looked like. I know at the end of the day, it's ours. Changing things that are not right. We got to get to it. How is it do I dominate my environment? How is it that I take control of my life? How is it that I take what is rightfully mine? And some of this stuff, for some of us, is going to be challenging that I'm about to go into, because first of all, let me challenge the myth that you were born the way you are. You were never born the way you are. Your environment shaped the way you believe. All right, let me just say that right there. Our belief system was not fixed when we were born. Our environment taught us to believe and see the world through the lenses of what we see. What we've seen, what we've heard, and what we've done taught us to think the way we live. So let me just say this right now. Who you think you are is not who you are. Come on, man. I got to break bread. So when I go into this, I don't want you to say that I've always been this way. I don't need you to be fixed mindset. I need for you to have a growth mindset tonight and say, maybe that was not how I was meant to be. Maybe I witnessed something in my past that taught me not to trust or taught me how not to believe. But the way that I am today is not necessarily the way I was born. I was born that way. No, you was not. You were not born that way. Your environment shaped you to believe that way. And if your environment shaped you to believe it, then you possess the ability to retrain your mind, to renew your mind in the way that we're going to talk about tonight. So let me just go ahead and dispel that myth of I've always been that way, because somebody going to say that to themselves to try to give themselves an excuse to not change. And I'm not giving you that out tonight. I'm your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses, and I got to help hold you accountable to being the best version of who you are. I can't allow you to escape yourself out because I've always been this way. No, you haven't. You taught yourself how to be that way. That's a learned behavior from your environment. I'm predisposed for diabetes. Well, I can tell you what, having a BMI of 60 is predisposing you more than your predisposition. It's a lot of that is we have these learned behaviors, and we have to learn to change behaviors in order to get different results. It's not that I'm predisposed, it's that my lifestyle that I live and the food that I eat are leading me in that direction. So let's change the myth about this is who I am. Yeah, we can't become a product of our environment. No, because none of us got our mindset from the great I am, right? So all of us learn this mindset. So no matter what, I don't care if you grew up with the Trumps or the Obamas, at the end of the day, it's still not that environment that should shape you. It's what your dad has said about you from heaven. And we should have more confidence in him than we should anything in our environment. That's just a little nugget. That's a little side. Them a few crumbs I just dropped right there along the way into the bread breaking. 3 areas that we can control in our life to help us take it. The first thing we control in any given situation and anything that goes on in our life, we control our attitude. And for most of us, our attitude dismisses us from the true riches. When we look at the world, some of us tend to see the world, see it half empty than half full. I remember I was with one of my we were at a seminar with some work people, and they were giving away like free desserts. All right, they were giving away free desserts, and everything free. The line gonna be longer, but it was like gourmet cupcakes or something. And I told my friend that was with me, I said, "Hey, let's go get a cupcake." And my friend said the line is too long. And I said, "Man, it's free gourmet cupcakes, and I don't get them often. I want a cupcake." No, the line is too long. And that story alone helped me see how 2 people can see the same thing and see 2 whole different scenarios. He saw the line. All I saw was the cupcake of what I wanted. I didn't see the obstacle of the line because I could stand there 20, 30 minutes to get my free cupcake. And see, there's so many of us that have the outlook on life, and our attitude determines of what we see. All I saw was the cupcake. I don't care what the obstacle is to get to it. I want the cupcake. He saw the hindrance to the cupcake and said, I don't want to go through that enough to get the cupcake. And see, our challenge to us is, do we spend more attention? Do we give more attention to the cupcake, or do we give more attention to the line? Because our attitude determines everything. If my vision or my perception of the cupcake is the line is too long, I'll never go stand in the line to eventually get the cupcake. Nobody said there was a limited amount of it. Could have been unlimited amount of cupcakes, and no matter how long you stand in line, you get cupcakes. But he didn't see that at all. He only saw the line and said that could be double the amount of cupcakes in the line, but he only saw the obstacle and didn't see the reward at the end. My challenge to us is, you better go get that cupcake. Come on, coach. You better go get that cupcake. See what you want at the end of the tunnel and be willing to say, man, I don't care the obstacle. Patience is the key. I don't care what it is. My attitude, my outlook will not allow me to downshift, to make myself feel better about what, or to say I'm giving up this, because for that, I'm saying right now, go get your cupcake. I'm saying right now, have the attitude, choose to be positive, have the attitude that I see what I want, and I don't care what the obstacle is, I'm going to get my cupcake. Your cupcake represents your it. How our viewpoint or our understanding, the truth we stand under determines what I'm willing to give. My level of belief determines what I'm willing to give. If I believe, oh my goodness, if I believe that there's something so special on the inside of me, if I believe that the seed that was sown for my life, that the law of Genesis, you all know that the seed is within itself. If I believe that a life was given to me, that someone gave their life for me to live, and the seed reproduces after itself, if I believe that there's something so special on the inside of me, that in order that I understand that a better me makes a better dad, a better husband, a better leader, a better boss, and then there's something so special on the inside of me, I'm willing to stand in the line in order to see it through. And the line could be bankruptcy. The line could represent debt. The line could represent hate. The line could represent heartbrokenness. The line could represent any of those things in my life. But my belief system and what I believe God has put in me is so strong that I will endure it like a good soldier. Will I cry sometimes? I might cry sometimes. Yeah, I might cry sometimes. Will it hurt sometimes? Sometimes I might need a little ice to put on my wounds. But at the end of the day, I got to get to the cupcake. Your attitude determines your altitude. Be someone that other people look forward to seeing each day. Be someone that other people look to talk to each day. I'm going to get my cupcakes. Remove that enemy from within. Go get your cupcake. Somebody need to turn that into a gospel song. Go get your cupcake. And most people think a positive attitude is just a bubbly personality. I'm here to tell you that a positive attitude is more than a bubbly personality. A positive attitude is your viewpoint of how you see the world. A positive viewpoint of how you see the world is looking adversity in the eye and then laughing. Coronavirus, you won't take me out. It's like you what? They said somebody stole your identity and everything you ever had is gone. I can stoop back down and rebuild it if necessary. Your attitude determines everything. You know, for some of us, having a positive attitude may be that I didn't get the promotion I wanted at the job, or I didn't get what I thought I should have got at that time. But guess what? I'm not going to throw a temper tantrum. I'm going to laugh in the face of adversity and say, I didn't get it. Don't you know, no man's hold my promotion. that God holds the king's heart in his hand like putty, that no man can promote or demote me without the great I am having a say so. In the face of adversity, laughing because you know the end of the story. When something doesn't go the way that you originally thought it was supposed to go, being able to maneuver and not have a pity party. Or when someone says something to you that out, like folks say, out their neck to you, and you know you didn't deserve it. You look at them and you don't have to respond back because you know I got a great I am that will fight my battles for me. I don't have to respond in my flesh because I realize that I war not against flesh and blood, but a principalities and powers. That is not that person attacking me. That is something greater at stake. Is my attitude worthy of it? Boy, I just broke bread. I just broke bread. Does my attitude deserve it? I control my attitude. I said 3 things that we control. I control my attitude. I control that. No man can take, well, they said this to me and I went, no. I am 100% complete control of my own attitude. No man can take me out of who I'm supposed to be. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. I control that. You can't make me get out of character. We have to be in 100% control of our attitude. And I see Eb already hitting on my number 2. She said, I tell my son that he may not be able to control his size and development, but he can always control his attitude and enthusiasm when he competes on the court. Come on, say that. We all have different outlooks on things. People have different thoughts, and both can be right. That's what I'm saying, Joy. And Joy, when it's coming, when it's about my life or when it's about Joy, like I love it. Who said it? I have become of no reputation. The moment you become of no reputation, I don't feel like I got to fight my battles, is the moment you walk in true freedom. I think it was Paul that said that. I have become of no reputation. The moment you give up your reputation is the moment you walk in true freedom. I remember, man, like I had to have the big house. I had to have the big car because I didn't want people to see on the inside of me was a little kid that was afraid of having his lights turned off at home or didn't have heat in the kitchen. That I made these decisions through a spirit of poverty, that I tried to put on a persona that I wanted people to believe who I was, but on the inside of me was a little kid screaming and kicking because of a spirit of poverty. So I made those decisions based on that. But the moment I got free, the moment where I had to go stay in a room the size of a closet, the moment I had to sell my big pretty car, or the moment the house went back in foreclosure, is the moment when I said, man, I didn't need all those things. I need to build it the right way. I need to build it the right way. Come on, that's a good one, Pat. I will not be a victim of self-destruction. And that's what most of us are doing. We're self-destructing. It's not my boss that's causing me. It's not my spouse that's causing me. It's not my kids I am my own problem, but I am my greatest solution at the same time. It all resides in you. I just broke bread. The second thing we control is our effort. It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of, it's me. Eb hit on this one. The second thing that we control is our effort. Listen, our effort. Man, our effort. Listen to your boy. I'm going to talk. I'm finna break bread. You know, I'm a leader, people leader in a Fortune 100 company. I'm going to talk to you right now. Our effort communicates who we are before I say a word. Oh, I just broke bread. I just broke bread. Our effort communicates who we are before I ever say a word. What I'm willing to give, what process am I willing to embrace, communicates who I am without even saying a word. Excellence, me working in excellence, communicate to the world who I am without ever opening my mouth. I can run out this room right now. I can absolutely take off running right now, because when you don't speak, your effort and attitude speaks for you. Boy, I just broke bread. I don't know why they always coming at me like that, because your effort and your attitude is speaking more than your mouth is. It's speaking, oh, I love the Lord. He heard my cry. And you can't even, and you treat your neighbor like they don't even live next door to you. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. We have to be better. It takes years and years of honing in your effort and grinding until you reach your goals. You got to get those goals by putting in the work. You got to get those goals by putting in the work. I know everybody wants the big house on the hill. Everybody wants to be the top in that industry. Well, everybody should. I want to be number one in my industry. I want to do this. And we should have lofty goals, but not without the presence of effort and the work. You have to expand the energy that it takes to get there. The value, I got to break bread. The value of effort is not innate, but it is the result of learning that comes in conjunction with the motivation. I'm telling you right now, my granddaddy, I got to talk about him, was the hardest working man I know. My granddaddy Roger, he had calluses on his hand that if you shook his hand, it would scratch your hand. He was the hardest working man I know. But he wasn't born hardworking. Life taught him that he had to go out and get it. My granddaddy bought 200 acres of land when black people weren't allowed to buy land. Why? Because he went to the army and saved every nickel he had to come back and buy that land to have something for his children and his children's children. My question to us is, what do we value, or what do we deem valuable enough to put the work in? I just broke bread. Most of us don't believe that what the gifting that God has given us is not valuable enough for me to sacrifice Atlanta Housewives on TV, or it's not valuable enough to sacrifice going out to the mall, or it's not valuable enough for me not to spend the money on that Louis Vuitton and to spend it on my vision or on a seminar. Most of us don't value our gifting enough in order to do it. Sacrifice determines value. Somebody need to tweet that. Sacrifice determines value. What are you willing to give for what you believe the great I am has given you? Sacrifice. For God so loved the world that he gave. What do you so love that you're willing to give? Complete that sentence for me. I so love being the motivational teacher to the masses, or I so love to be the DON that I am willing to give. We can't, come on, boy. For God so loved that he gave. What is it that you so love that God has placed on the inside of you that you're willing to give? And I know most of our parents, we love our kids, and my life is to give my life to my kid, but our lives are much more than our children. They were only meant to be a seed for you for 18 years, for you to teach, grow, and nurture in your house. What are you going to do when you're done raising your kids? Your life does not go on hold because you're raising kids. You do it together. As you grow, they grow. Yeah, matter of fact, the biggest testimony to your kids is what they see you doing. Oh, I just broke bread. I brought a trophy home the other day. We went to a work trip or whatever. I had to go to a work trip for 3 days. And while I was there, I won some kind of contest over the last 3 months in a sales organization. It's a big contest. I had a big, pretty trophy. I'm going to put it back here at some point. And I brought my trophy home. And I love it, man. My kids are so transparent. They said, Dad, look, we all won trophies because we won 2 tournaments that weekend. Both of them won. Like, we all got trophies this week. Where your trophy at? Where your trophy at? Are you leading with your mouth, or are you leading with your effort, your energy, and your attitude? Where is your trophy? Boy, I'm breaking bread right now. Yeah, I'm coming to be right up in your mouthpiece today. I'm right up all up in your face today. Where is your trophy? Or we just preaching sermons about trophies and we don't plan on bringing one home? Where is your, come on, faith is my son. Where is your evidence? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. I know I'm doing some bread breaking in here. Man, sacrifice determines value. I'm telling you, effort only exists if we think that something is worth something else. Oh my God, I just broke bread. I just broke bread, man. Come on, Coach T. Stop talking and show action. Come on, Sam C. Stop talking and show action. Effort only exists if we think that there is something worth the fight. Are you and your goals worth the fight? Then what are you sacrificing? Because if you're not willing to sacrifice for your goals and dreams, then your goals and dreams become the new sacrifice upon the altar. Just like Isaac was walking and Jacob up to the altar, and they needed a ram in the bush. He never would have found a ram unless he was walking his son up to the altar. My question to you is, are you willing to sacrifice? I'm going to say it this way, to suffer a little today so you can reign like a king tomorrow. I just broke bread. I say your attitude, your effort. And the third thing you control are your actions. Yeah, attitude, effort, actions, attitude, effort, actions. The third thing you control are your actions. Motivational teacher to the masses. You just don't know what's been going on in my life, man. I feel like it's a spiral out of control. Ladies and gentlemen, thoughts are the language of the mind. Emotions are the language of the body. If I control my thoughts, my language to my mind, and I control my emotion, the language to my body, I control my actions. The moment where I'm not in control of my thoughts and I'm not in control of my feelings is the moment where I release my actions to go wherever my thoughts go or my feelings go. And that's why it's so many people in prison right now, because they could not control their thoughts and they could not control their feelings. And so they created one act that landed them in prison for 30 years. We can never be trusted with the true riches. The reason why Moses had to go on the backside of Midian after he killed the Egyptian guy was because he became angry. He could not control the language to his mind, which was his thoughts, or the language to his body, which were his feelings. He could not control those, so he acted out of carnality to kill somebody, and he delayed God's plan for 40 years as he had to go to the backside of Midian and learn how to deal with his anger. We are disqualified from walking in the true riches until we learn to control our actions. We have to be as cunning as a serpent, but as harmless as a dove. That requires that we are in control of our actions. Don't you know that your actions speak for the great I am that lives for you, that your action speaks for your children? Your action speaks for your children. When you die and you going on, your children's children will be talking about grandma. Either they're gonna be talking about how crazy grandma is, how crazy granddad is, or they're gonna be talking about the legacy, like I just finished talking about my granddaddy, that my granddaddy left for his children's children. Bought 200 acres of land when black people couldn't even own land. So, I mean, what legacy are we leaving for our children's children? Because our actions are going to communicate that to the world. I just broke bread tonight. And I could go on for another 10, 12 minutes, but we need to let this marinate, because it was some bread breaking moments in here tonight that if you just understood one point, you can change your doggone life. Or I like what Vanika just said, change your legacy forever. That's what it's about. You want a life that outlives you. I just broke bread. You want a life that when they put this dirt suit back in a pine box, I want a life that outlives me. That's legacy. That is legacy. And ladies and gentlemen, when you were birthed, When God called you, you came from somewhere and you're going from somewhere. Before, when you were sent from one realm to the next and you got popped on the bottom and you start breathing air, that was purpose on the inside of you. That was purpose on the inside of you. And I don't want you to think that your purpose starts or stops with what goes on in this world. When I've made so many mistakes, motivational teacher to the masses, where you haven't made the most pivotal mistake because you're still on this side of the dirt. If I am on this side of the dirt, I have an opportunity to get it right. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. I just broke bread. I know that life for you ain't been no crystal stair, like Langston Hughes said. It had cracks in it. It had tears in it. I understand it have not been easy for you. I understand that most people that were going through what you went through would have quit. They would have gave up on life. They would have gave up the ghost. They would have stopped looking for the true riches. But you are still in the fight because you're looking at these fireball eyes across from this screen. It tells me that you are still in the fight. Then if you're still in the fight, we're not going to fight to give up. We're not going to fight to give up. Man, cry your cry, shed your tears, but you're going to doggone it, fight to keep going. We're going to fight to see it through. When you're up against a trouble, meet it face to face. Set your chin, square your shoulders, take a brace. I'm telling you, you are here. You are in this game. You are right where you're supposed to be. Now it's time for you to go on offense. It's time to take it. I mean, that should be our mindset. When I wake up in the morning, I own the doggone day. I own the dog. I set my course today that I can control my attitude. I set it today. I can control my effort. I said it today. I will control my actions. No matter what come my way today, I set my day that I will control those 3 areas of my life. And great God, whatever else happens, you control. But I control those 3, and doggone it, come hell or high water, I don't know what's in front of me today, but I will control what I can control. It's time for me to go on offense. I'm no longer standing in the closet. I'm no longer hiding, peeping around the corner trying to see if I can have it. It's time to run through the doggone wall and go get what was rightfully yours from the foundation of the earth. The thief comes only to kill, steal, and destroy. How long will you give him your authority? Oh, I just broke bread. How long will you give the thief your authority when he came so that you can have life and have it more abundantly? How long will you allow the thief to sit on your throne? How long will you give your thoughts to the thief to rob you of your future? How long will you give the thief power over your emotions in order to hinder what was yours from the foundation of the earth? The thief only comes to steal, kill, and destroy. How long will you turn your authority over to the thief? Boy, I just broke bread right there. It's time to take it. Somebody need to go in that text box. It's time to take it back. It's time to take it back. It's just time to take it. He ain't never had it. I gave it away. I lent it to him. But now it's time for me to go get it. It's time for me to go get it. I'm no longer sitting in the seat of mediocrity waiting for something else to take place. It's time for me to go get it. That dream, that goal, it's time for you to go get it. I don't relinquish what was yours for 30 more seconds. Every time you think that there's something wrong in your life, you talk about what's right. Don't allow self-doubt, self-pity, unbelief to destroy you. You talk about what you got right. I'm telling you, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I'm one of these people. I want you to feel big-headed about yourself. I want you to feel that there's more to you. I do, because the great I am, awaken the strength of your I am. I want you to feel better about yourself. It's your time. I needed this tonight. Appreciate it, Daniel. It's your time. Somebody better get in that text box. It's my time. No longer playing these doggone games. Playing for keeps. It's time to take it by force. That means I am in control of my attitude, my effort, and my actions. It is that time. Ladies and gentlemen, you all have been phenomenal tonight. I see YouTube in full effect. I see Facebook in full effect. I saw Periscope on here a little earlier. That's good stuff, man. I appreciate you all. Chime. It's time for Lisa. Lisa done made this thing personal. It's time for Lisa to take it back. That's what I'm talking about, Lisa. It's time to take it back. No longer do I just take what they give me. I don't want the crumbs from the master's table. I want the whole doggone plate. Hey, I got you, Sam. I want the whole doggone steak. I don't no longer, listen, you know, the ribeye made up, what the ribeye made up of two parts with the filet and the, whatever the other side is. I want the whole T-bone. I don't want the filet. I don't want the strip. I want the whole T-bone. I want it all. I ain't no, I ain't saying I'm not living with the crumbs. I want the crumbs. I want the T-bone. Let's go get it, y'all. Y'all have been phenomenal on this thing, man. I could keep going for another 10 minutes, but I wanna thank y'all for your time. Thank you, Tina Bread Broker tonight. Let me straighten my crown. Oh, yes, ma'am, Pat. I am equipped for this journey. Yes, you are, Eb. Love it. Sam, thank you, big bruh. It's my time, man. Y'all were phenomenal in this chat box. Man, this was a good one tonight. I'm #1, #2. I'm going to listen to it at least 6 times this week. Hey, if you do it, go hashtag it and put a new thought put a new thought in there that create a new behavior. All right. He said, don't give me steak one day and bologna the next. I want the steak every day. You better believe that's hard to go from that T-bone back to bologna. It's hard, but if I have to, I'll do it understanding that my steak is right around the corner again. I got to get it. All right, y'all have been phenomenal tonight, man. And until next time, I challenge you all to wage war on mediocrity. Your boy is out.
It ain't no friend to me. Wage a war.